Unified demonstrations taking place globally. The March for Our Lives rally saw hundreds of thousands across the U.S. and Canada demanding stronger gun control laws, sparked by deadly mass shootings down south, most recently in February, where 17 students and faculty members were killed at a school in Parkland, Florida. Today's message was clear.
We want safety.
In the crowd of these demonstrators here in Toronto are family members who lost loved ones to gun violence in Canada, and they're sending a message to elected officials.
My dad was a good guy, but one time when he went to work, he got killed by a gun.
At just 7 years old, Terrence has already been impacted by gun violence. His father, Kissinger Gunn, only 26 years old, was shot and killed back in 2016.
So I remember him so he can remember me.
Photos of Kissinger, Justin Bachma, and Gabriel Nikov held in the crowd at Queen's Park. They are just some of the victims of gun violence shot and killed here in Toronto. Their families have been advocating to get guns off the streets, for government to fund more money into diverting these crimes and enhancing security at the border to stop these weapons from getting into Canada.
We don't want that. We don't want people dying for no reason. People shouldn't be walking around with guns. It's got to stop.
The fact is there has been no changes. There could have been something that occurred before my son was murdered.
The U.S.-led demonstration also saw advocates calling on Toronto to respond to what many say is a growing gun problem.
My son could have been alive today if there was stricter gun laws.
3 months into 2018, the city has already seen 69 shootings. That's according to recent data from Toronto Police. The previous year saw 392 shootings, and in 2016, there were 407. Mayor John Tory saying yesterday he's continuing the push to crack down on international and domestic gun trafficking.
When they had the shootings down in the States, I looked at those mothers and I saw myself, and it's too hard. It's just too hard.
My friend was shot 4 times. Our prom dates became pallbearers.
The grief experienced by survivors of the Parkland massacre had a strong presence here north of the border. Carmen Shentrup was amongst the victims who was gunned down just before turning 17. Her friend, a survivor of the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, stood in unison with the crowd in Toronto.
There was chaos, there was fear, there was tears. I heard people calling their parents and telling them goodbye for what they thought was the last time. And I never thought that I'd lose anyone I knew there, but I did. This is a global movement at this point, because this isn't a problem that's just affecting America. It's the whole world, because we want safety for everyone. We want people to feel like, hey, I can go walk out in Toronto and not worry about my life.
A petition will be going to Parliament Hill asking Ottawa to provide funding in support of families who've been impacted by gun violence. In Toronto, I'm Faiza Meek for City News.